what advice would you give the black community to get through these next 4 years?
Man, that's a powerful question. I mean, what do we do now? Like Dr.
Right.
King wrote it, where do we go from here? Chaos or community? Malcolm X, Ballad of the Bullet. You know, do we have a violent revolution and overthrow? Do we do the Black Panther Party thing and get guns and self-defense, Black Panther Party for self-defense, shotguns and berets? Hell no, right? I mean, this is what we do. We got to get smart, and we got to play the game of politics the way it was meant to be played in the United States of America. We've got to organize our own money. We've got to support our own candidates. We've got to support both parties. And we've got to develop an agenda for us. We've got to get involved in international trade. Donald Trump borrows money from China. Why don't you? America borrows money from China. Why don't you?
So let me ask you this: you have we have low income families all over America.
Right.
Okay. Not a lot of jobs.
Right.
Okay. So what is their next step? Because it's different. It's different next steps for where you're at in life right now. Okay. So what do they do come January?
Well, their immediate next step is to watch the news and make sure the Republicans don't dismantle federal aid that comes to them. So if they're getting EBT, WIC, SSI, right, whatever they're getting, right, you know, that's on the chopping block. So they need to wake up, get engaged. I don't care if they're high, drunk, tired, lazy, or illiterate. They need to make sure that whatever they get now, they protect, and they need to protect it at all costs. So that's one. We need to protect what we have. But beyond that, I think we need to get innovative, right? You know, whether you're low income, no income, or middle income, get involved in a party. I say get involved in both parties. You know, that's what rich folks do. They support both parties. Don't just vote on election day. Become a precinct delegate, right? Go to the district convention. You know, get involved so that you can have some leverage when the gubernatorial race comes around or with the midterm elect. We need to be gearing up for the midterms, right? Because they can they keep the presidency for 4, right? But they can lose House and Senate in 2, right? So we need to be gearing up for that. But beyond that, I think there's some things we can do financially, right? So how many black businesses have EBT machines, right? I mean, how come the folks who sell us chicken and ribs in our communities don't eat it? How come the people that sell us chicken and ribs don't look like us? And they have EBT machines, right? There's so much money coming to the hood through the EBT machine. Black businesses need to get those machines.
Okay, but let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Is that also hurting us? Because now we do have a lot of people who are getting the EBT service.
Right.
You know.
Right.
You got some people who are doing it. They've been doing it for generations.
Right.
Okay. You got some people who actually can't help it. They have to be, you know, they can't actually go get a job. They might be physically disabled, have a mental disease or a mental illness or something. So everybody's not capable to go get that good job.
Right.
But for those who can, is it the same thing that's helping us? Is it the same thing that's hurting us?
First of all, if the federal government has an agency called the USDA, and they have money to make sure nobody in America is hungry, use the money, eat, and eat well. The bottom line is this: to eat well, it costs money, right? So I don't think it's hurting us. I just think that there are dollars coming to our community, and we're not capturing those dollars. Somebody else is. So, for instance, you know, in Michigan, we got Captain Jay's Fish and Chicken. I heard they were in Indiana too. Right, and
Captain Jay's Fish and Chicken.
I
got to look into that.
They might be in Fort Wayne or somewhere, you know. But the bottom line is, they are a chicken joint that actually is categorized as a grocery store. So they put an EBT machine in the chicken joint, right, and they are capturing millions of dollars a month by way of people using the federal government money for food stamps, right, to promote a business model. So I'm just saying, as black folks, if somebody saw that business model and saw our community as the fuel for that model, I mean, why don't we create that own model and capture those dollars ourselves? That's all I'm saying. I mean, think about taxes, for instance. You know, we got a lot of babies born out of wedlock. Mm-hmm. But if the baby mama claims the kids on the taxes, assuming she's doing taxes, then the baby daddy can't, right? He can't get no tax deduction for the diapers he bought. So I'm saying we need a tax code for baby mamas and baby daddies.
A whole nother conversation.
I'm just saying, right? Because now the brother might be more involved if he can claim what he spent on his taxes. And if he get a refund, that's more money, right, for the baby and for him. Because the whole concept of traditional marriage is not really biblical at all, right? It's more so economic. That when you have a husband and a wife and 2 incomes, the credit is better, the house is bought, and there's more stability for the children. When you got baby mamas, it dilutes your money. When you got baby daddies, you're not getting no money. So if we have a tax code for low income baby mamas and baby daddies, they can claim these, both parents can claim the kids whether they're married or not, right? Then maybe both parents get a refund. I say let's do a tax deduction for families who have able-bodied men and women who can work behind bars. You should get a tax deduction for that, right? You know, the federal government should give you a tax break. If you got folks behind bars, you putting money on their books, but you can't claim it on your taxes. Right? You traveling to go see them, but you're not claiming that on your taxes.